Star Trek Discovery, season premiere, Brother. We are finally introduced to the one and only Captain Christopher Pike. Cam, this is our fourth iteration of one Captain Pike. How does Anson Mount rank amongst the Mount Rushmore of Pike, which I swear to God, it's an actual thing that they are building. CBS All Access has all kinds of money with these spin-offs. They want to build the Mount Rushmore of Pike. Where do you place him?
Top of the mountain?
That's not how Mount Rushmore works.
Yeah. No, I think he's fantastic. I
Okay.
don't know that I can say he's the best yet because we haven't
we've
seen
only
where
had,
he's
like,
going,
40
right?
minutes, yeah.
It feels very hyperbolic to be like, he's the greatest ever. There's never been a better Pike. Because I think Bruce Greenwood was so fantastic in the Kelvinverse movies.
And very distinct from the Jeffrey Hunter version that we had in, say,
Yeah.
The Cage and the Menagerie.
The Jeffrey Hunter version is, like, hugely iconic.
Yes.
But he's not pinned down as a personality.
Well, I think the problem is that he is, by definition, through his character arc, when we're introduced to him, a very aloof sort of character.
He doesn't even want to be a captain.
Well, he's searching
Yeah.
for meaning in his life, so I think it's a very hard place to put a captain at the very beginning of his journey there. So it's intriguing for us to find this character now more sure of himself.
Yeah, no kidding. He really is. And to watch the way he can take command of a bridge is, I think, fantastic. And you contrast that with Lorca, who could also take command of a bridge, but through, like, the threat of danger, essentially, or just giving off that very fearsome presence at all times. Whereas, like, Pike, it's much more of a, hey, guys, let's hang out. You know, he tilts his hat backwards. You
Yeah.
know? He's like, what up, guys? Let's rap.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's not sitting backwards on his captain's
Yeah.
chair the entire time. But let's give some...
A reverse Riker maneuver?
Yeah, I love that. But let's give some concrete examples. Already we're seeing him saying to the crew, I want to hear a roll call. I want to know the
Right.
people that I'm working with. And I think that's a very important thing to me.
Yeah.
Even more notably, though, towards the end of their initial mission in this asteroid field here, he says to Saru, look, it's your mission now. Take the captain's seat. You complete this. And I think
Yeah.
what he is trying to display here is that he's not all about ego, which I think among Star Trek captains, let's be honest, there's more than a few that have been guilty of that. I'm
Yeah.
talking to you, Jellicoe.
No kidding. I mean, exactly. They've all been very driven by ego, and I like that he is kind of that, you know, kind of like, hey guys, I'm just here to kind of help you guys out. You know, I want to get to know you all, and because he has the scene where he's in Lorca's ready room as well, and he's like, let's get some chairs in here. I like to rap with people.
Right.
But that said, you see the scene on the bridge where Burnham goes against, kind of argues back at him, and he goes hard and saying, hey, I don't want to hear any sort of negative talk, and unless it has another solution offered.
But what do you think of his decision to go and save the crew on this other ship that had crash landed? Do you think
We leave no person behind, no matter how many have to die to save that person.
Well, after watching like this yet another, space launch, through an asteroid field, I
Yeah.
was wondering, like, does it seem way too dangerous for the potential benefit that is here? Because he didn't necessarily know that there were survivors aboard this other ship.
Yeah, and I think had this scene played out, maybe like the Burnham space flight scene from the premiere of, season 1, you'd go, yeah, okay. But this was like... This was a little over the top, where
Okay.
we're like barreling. First off, why do you need 4 of them? Like,
I don't know.
barreling at high speeds through the most chaotic meteorite, like humanly possible, where someone can be killed at any second, and some are. And it's like, this is a bit of an ask. And the fact
Yeah.
that, like, Pike almost dies doing this. Burnham saves him. And it's through the grace of God or a red angel that they don't smash into some other meteorite part, you know?
One question I have for you going forward, though, is we know Pike, no matter what happens throughout this journey, that he is going to be here for season 2.
Right.
He's not going to die.
He's not?
He's going to go through character journeys, but we know what his fate ultimately is based on the canon of Star Trek. Do you think that takes away any tension from the series going forward, or do you think this is mostly going to be about a character journey? It doesn't have to be about a character being in peril every single moment.
I don't think it matters at all, because I don't think this is the story of Pike.
Right.
Like, he's popping in to, take over maybe a season of Discovery, infuse it with a different energy than, because you saw Jason Isaacs infused Discovery with a whole other energy last season. Who knows what they do for season 3? I think this is kind of the Pike season, where we get that kind of energy on the show, and then he's going to move on, and his story goes on. It's not about, the life of Pike so much as how he impacts the crew of the Discovery for a season.
Okay, well, Cam, next week we'll take a deep dive into his high-fiving of the Telosians that will obviously meet on the search for the Red Angels.